Hello everyone, hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of the Expanse reaction. This is Haarute Live, and my name is Matt. Hello. Okay, what's up? How are y'all doing? Last time on the Expanse, what happened? So it was the first episode of this season, and to me it felt like it was more than anything like an establishing episode, just like this is where every character is at, not just in life but like emotionally as well, just like because season 5, when you look at it, like after it was over, it's like, man, that was bad. A lot of bad things happen, and now everyone's just kind of emotionally recovering from it. Not just that, but also dealing with the situation that we're all in right now because it's bad. So Clarissa's hanging out with the Rosie. Amos is the only person that kind of accepts her. Naomi and Holden are kind of not doing great, but that's mostly because everyone's just stressed the fuck out. Holden saw some alien bullshit, and then Amos was like, we don't have time for that, we gotta focus on the war arc. So I suppose we're gonna focus on the war arc now. I feel like all of this is gonna come together, you know, like I'm pretty sure I said this before, but like I'm pretty sure that like the way this is gonna end is like, because like, okay, what's the name of the show? The Expanse. I feel like the end of the show is gonna be like, alright, Marco and Arrows and everyone else, fuck the universe, there's no habitable places anymore, everything's destroyed, society itself collapsed, but we got spaceships and we discover new habitable planets. So the way this is gonna be is like, alright, just Earth got fucked, every other planet got fucked, we have nowhere else to go. I suppose we're all just gonna migrate into the ring gates and fucking pray to Lord that it's gonna be good. So that's how the humanity is gonna like expand into all this like systems, and that's, you know, in the long term, that's how humanity like expands more than anything. Like that would actually be helpful in like really long term, if they all manage to survive. And I feel like that's probably the way this is gonna go. But if it's gonna go that way, then that means that Marco Naras needs to fuck over everyone, which he already kind of did, but it's gonna get worse than that. So I feel like that's probably gonna be what the war arc is gonna lead into. You know, it's gonna be like really terrible, and then we're gonna win, but then there's not gonna be anything left. So then we're just gonna have to go into ring gates. But I suppose we have to deal with like the whatever alien threat is, like the people, like the entities that devour the creators or whatever that whole thing was. So I don't know. Things are happening. Drummer, yeah, issues with drummer's crew. And more importantly, Philip is realizing that he's kind of a piece of shit because his dad is a piece of shit. So that's what's going on over there. All right, let's get ready to watch this. Let me show for a second. So check out the Patreon, check out the link in the description below or the pop-up on screen in order to watch early access episodes. You can watch up to the next 2 episodes, hopefully, on Patreon, as well as full-length reactions if you're into that, or just support the channel. I would appreciate that a lot. Anyway, we may begin. So, The Expanse Season 6, Episode 2. Let's go. It just died.
Baby, I'm sorry she's gone.
So are you settlers for Mars or Belt? I would assume Mars. They don't look like Belters. And I don't think they're Earthers. Maybe they are Earthers. Maybe it's supposed to just be a drone that you can grab things with. It is. What are you doing? Girl, what are you doing? Oh, you're putting the babies back in their nest. Alright. You broke important material. Babies cannot get up now. Can it help somehow?
Go away. Leave me alone.
I'm telling you, that thing is gonna bring it back to life. That animal has the ability to bring things back to life. I'm telling you right now, that's what it's gonna do. Throwing shit at the wall. Just...
No, hey, you can't have that. That's not for you.
I hope it comes back to life. I hope I'm right. They're not gonna tell me. They're not gonna tell me. Okay. That's my wild guess.
Please stand by. Your mission specialist is transferring over now. Speak to that, Captain, but the orders came direct from the Secretary General herself.
Okay. Please tell me Gunny's coming in.
Understood. Rasanate.
Please tell me Gunny's coming in. I'll be so down for this. Let's fucking go! You know, like, we're missing Alex, so I'm like, okay, we need we need someone else, you know? And Peaches is not getting along with anyone. So I'm just like, okay, we need someone else, you know? Gunn is coming in. I would not be surprised if in the book this didn't happen. Because in the show it's like, okay, now we need another team member in order to like take over some of the roles that Alex would have originally had. So maybe that's why Gunny came in now. Daddy's came here to rescue you. Well, not Daddy. Yes, Daddy. Okay. Don't take that out of context.
Sin and I would go out after our shifts. Every day, drink until the bartender kicked us out. Every night, go to bed with someone new. But always, the next day we were both back on the line. We couldn't fuck up because we didn't have anyone to bail us out. We only had each other.
I have to say, I'm really digging the Prince look from Marco this season. I'm really digging it. Also, that was like a rare moment of like a little bit of a shred of humanity from Marco, but I'm not sure if to believe it, but I will point it out.
The old lady wants the data that could be on board.
She's getting Marine Corps for that.
She believes the Rossi is the best option for this operation.
Wow.
Why is that?
Avasarala has lost strike teams before. And the optics of losing another one aren't good politically.
Boarding and shooting is a whole lot riskier than sending a torpedo up their ass.
It is.
Worry your pretty little head. That's what I'm here for.
Do you have your mech suit? As long as she has her fucking Gundam suit, then we're good.
Are you getting paid extra for this?
I'm not in it for the money.
Hey, you fucking peep.
Oh, Amos.
And speaking of crew, ship's got a new mechanic's apprentice.
Amos.
Yep.
Bobby Draper, Clarissa Mao.
Hello.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
You're free to move about.
Thank you.
Amos brought her back with him from Earth after the first rock hit. It's a long story.
You're harboring a convicted felon.
Amos trusts her, and I trust him. And this is our ship, so that's the end of it.
This is the way we roll. I want to see Clarissa interact with people. Like, for one.
You heard of any ships going missing at the rink
Missing?
during transits?
Let's talk about the alien shit. Show her.
Found this. Buried
Show her. Plot.
in the last. That is not a normal transit.
Yeah, that looks evil
You
red.
would know.
Might have something to do with the proto-molecule that was stolen from Fred Johnson.
Plot? Alien plot? I really want to see that plot more forward. It's so crazy to me how Drummer is such a good character in the show that they just made her like a full-on character. Like, she's one of the main characters. She's one of the main people we follow. When, to my understanding, that wasn't the case in the book. There's a fucking video game coming out where she's the main character. Like, people love Drummer. Alright, let's see how this goes. I feel like she's gonna die.
If they try to move
What's her
past
name? Michio? Michio might not die here, but she will die eventually.
us. Liang Walker.
That guy looks trusting.
You're Free Navy. You can't get her through.
I'm Golden Bow.
Oh.
Golden Bow is Free Navy.
Some more than others. Marco Iñeros, he doesn't like me.
Alright, I see.
I intimidate him, sexually.
Okay. This is my
What are your
guess.
skills?
She's gonna hang out with them, and then he's gonna be a bad guy. And then they're gonna have to fight each other. And we're gonna have to kill her because she's gonna be in his ship. She might help us in from the inside, and then she'll die tragically. That's my guess.
I think you should drop him in a recycling tank for a few hours to see if he can swim.
Are you speaking from experience?
Uncle Utam was a traditionalist. I'm sure I deserved it. I was going through a phase, so.
It was his fault. For bringing her amongst us.
Oh, okay.
Cost us all so much. I want him to be better than this. He's a part of me.
He's your son.
He's also like,
That's the difference.
how old is he? I'm gonna say like 18. Like,
I love him.
debatable.
That word means different things to different people.
Yes.
I need him to be the man he should be.
Okay.
Are you planning on staying angry
That
with him
sounds-
until then? I only ask because I think you have more important things to worry about, like our war.
You know everyone else here is afraid of me.
So he respects that you're not.
So, you're welcome.
Do not fuck that woman, Marco.
We only need the ones who are tired of licking the floor for scraps. The ones ready to snatch the food right off Marco's table. Like a true pirate would.
Johan have family on Vesta.
Okay.
They should be compensated for all he did for the cause and would have done.
Johan assaulted you, and you defended yourself. If he had survived, he would have been punished and then discharged. We don't owe his family anything.
Does she know the truth or not?
But it's a gracious impulse. I'll have the quartermaster arrange to give Johan's family a month worth of fuel pellets and some new mining nets.
That doesn't sound like a lot, but sure. Display of heart. He's gonna send a message to the family.
I mean, I served with him in the Free Navy.
I mean, if the story is that he killed him, then they're gonna be angry at him.
My name is Philip Inaros. I served with Johan in the Free Navy. I'm sorry for your loss. Supplies are being sent to you as tribute for his service. He died honorably, serving Marco Inaros and the belt.
That sounds like insult to injury. That's what that sounds like. Because if the official story is that he killed them, then...
I'd like to get one of those suits.
Okay, she has
you
one.
Don't hurt yourself, Pee-wee.
Dude, Amos with a fucking mech suit would be unstoppable, my guy. Like...
Shit, they saw us.
Okay.
They're rabbiting. Everyone freeze!
Alright. We're going.
We can't risk destroying them. Our mission is to get aboard.
They're running. The mission is scrubbed.
I have operational command, and the mission is scrubbed. When I say
But what are we gonna do then, Gunny?
Put us alongside, hold us steady, and wait for my go signal.
God damn it, Bobby.
What are you doing? Hold it. Get me as close as you can.
Damn! Oh my god. Okay. Damn. Man, Gunny loves doing this shit. Alright, EMP'd. Get fucked.
Where are you? I'm coming.
Oh, I see. She has PTSD. She has PTSD. I see. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Thank you, Clarissa.
What happened to Naomi? She had a technical malfunction.
What the fuck are you talking about? Naomi, report in. Are you alright? What's going on?
I'm fine.
Thank you, Clarissa. This is how they bond a little bit.
Clock's ticking, Clarissa. Can you kill the reactor or not?
She's gonna instruct Clarissa.
Clarissa, you need to find the
magnetic bottle power feed line.
most likely that black-looking one.
Under the conduit. Yeah. Pull that one out.
Is that it?
Thank you. Clarissa, stay behind
Thread
me.
low. I mean, as long as they don't shoot Clarissa. There's another one coming. Oh my god, she's going Hulkamania.
Bobby, what's going on? Do you need assistance?
Oh my
Three bounces
god.
down. Clarissa's hurt.
Okay.
God damn it, I have to get her back to the Rossi ASAP.
Dead. Alright, we got it. No more people, maybe? Is that it? Just a crew of 4? I have a question. How did she move that fast in pace? Like...
Really alright or not ready to talk about it alright?
The latter.
Second one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Holden, for understanding. How did Clarissa move that fast in space? That's my question. She punched him. She was like, ah! But like, there's no gravity, so... Oh.
Mother love.
All the meteorites? All of them. How many are there? That's so odd. It's pretty good.
Director just blasted out a reminder of media's obligations under the War Security Act, which means something really, really bad happened.
Or really, really
Or
good.
we caught a break.
I didn't bring you here to talk about that.
Oh, she summoned her.
I want to commission a project from you. I want the
Okay.
belt to see what it's doing to us.
Oh.
The feeds are full of numbers and political rhetoric. I want them to see the people they've hurt.
Oh.
I don't do propaganda.
I'm not asking you to lie for me.
Just
I'm asking you to tell the truth.
just show the reality
Not
of
just
the situation.
But what they mean. The lives we've lost. The pain we've suffered.
That's not
All
lies.
the things regular news feeds skip.
Like, this is
That's not
reality.
gonna change any Belters' minds.
Doesn't matter, do
In
it.
mine, the few and the margins. You can put a human face on us.
Yeah. This is good. I like this. I like this a lot. I like this move a lot.
And wonder, with every new attack,
If you could have prevented
that was the one you could have stopped. And you chose not to.
And there comes the manipulation. It's not so much manipulation as it is like actually just convincing, because she's not wrong.
Give a really good guilt trip.
Yeah, she does.
I practice a lot when I'm alone.
That's a good line. That's a good line. That's good shit. Okay, I like that. Okay, now we have to deal with Naomi's PTSD and the fact that Clarice is a badass.
You're trying to make me feel better about almost drowning in my own puke.
You saved her life. Take the win.
You mind if we talk?
Sure, go ahead.
He's just sitting there.
This is partly my fault. The only real reason I let you stay aboard was as a favor to Amos. And that's how I've been thinking about you. As an obligation.
I understand.
I don't think you really do. I know you were trying to help. But we had a plan. And when you changed that plan without going through the chain of command, you put all of us at risk. I'm the captain of this ship, and as long as you're part of the crew, you do what I say when I say. You see a problem, you talk to me first, so everyone knows what's going on. No more deciding for yourself what the new plan is.
I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
That implies that she is part of the chain of command. That implies that she's part of the group.
You know you just gotta shoot out, right?
That's the first time he said I was part of the crew.
Yeah, exactly. That was good. That's good.
Jammers hit us with EMP, but we got a surprise for them too. When you wiped out a quantum.
They didn't get to. They didn't get to.
The Azure Dragon is gone.
God
I was supposed
fucked.
to shine nothing at its expected location. And no indication it was destroyed.
They know everything.
They'll redeploy their fleets. And
They don't have to stay back to defend anymore. That is
don't need to be so glum.
that is a psychopath laugh. I would be scared.
And here it is. Leonas were never going to give cities up. They're sentimental that way.
I'm gonna say something in a little bit.
Let them come. We'll be ready.
Okay, before I forget, before we move really far away from it, I was just really focusing on Marco's suit. I didn't realize that his outfit. He literally has a phoenix, and also he has like a little sign, like a little symbol that says Icarus, and that just tells me the whole story. Does it not? He literally sees himself flying close to the sun, and like his wings are gonna melt and he's gonna fall and die. Like, all right, that's a little bit of a. It's not really visual storytelling, but it is a little bit of a hint as to how things are gonna go for Marco. Maybe. But it's really on the nose, is it not? My man's flying too close to the sun, so. Alright, there we go. Alright, episode 2 down. Immediately, I just said it. I'm pretty sure I'm going to include this in the final version of the video, but like, I just looked at Marco Inaros' costume and I saw that he has a fucking phoenix in it. And he also has like a little logo that says Icarus in it. So I'm just like, alright, buddy. Alright, buddy. Like, no subtlety. No subtlety whatsoever. I suppose it's subtle enough because if you're not looking at his costume, like you wouldn't realize that. But like, I can only imagine when they were making the costumes for the characters, they were making his and they were like, you know, I do like it though. I do like the phoenix in like his chest, you know, like I like how like it's so extra. And it makes sense that it's extra because it's fucking Marco Inaros. This guy's a fucking punk ass bitch. Like this is the kind of guy that wants everybody in the world, in in the solar system to think that he has a big dick. Like, that's his whole deal. And like the fact that he does that, I'm like, all right, that's a little bit funny. And I actually do like that design. So you know what? Keep going, bro. Like, I actually do like Marco Naros' design in this season a lot. You know, I do love the long hair. I mean, like, hair is longer than before. It's like falling over his face a little bit, you know, like this. He has eyeliner. At least I think he has eyeliner. I'm pretty sure he does. So he almost has like a Prince look. I said this previous episode, but like, and now his costume being so fucking extra with the fucking Phoenix and everything, I'm just like, bro, that's that's a little bit too much. Okay. Let's stop talking about that. Let's talk about everything else. Okay, so Gonnie supported Rosie. I'm fucking down for that shit, man. I'm happy with that. God, I just realized something. I've heard that this season would only be 6 episodes long. And I also heard back like a year ago that this would be the last season. I don't know if it's gonna be the last season, because they had to shorten it to 6 episodes. So if both of those statements are true, then I don't see this being the final thing. Because the thing is that, like, this doesn't feel like it's moving at such a pace that it's just insane. Like it did during the back half of season 3, you know, like Abaddon's Gate, the adaptation of that book. Because the thing about that book is that, like, they didn't have time. They only had half a season to work with it. So then they were like, they threw everything into those fucking 6 episodes. And those were my favorite 6 episodes because it was just non-stop craziness happening. This doesn't feel like that. This feels like normal, The Expanse. It doesn't feel like there's a lot of crazy things happening. It feels like, all right, maybe it feels a little bit faster than usual, you know, but it still doesn't feel crazy fast. Which makes me feel like, is this the pace for the final season? So I almost feel like it's not going to be the end. Maybe, I don't know. This is weird because by the time you guys are watching this, I suppose by the time you guys are watching this, you will have full knowledge because the season would be over. But I'm also going to be ahead of time. I'm going to be like 3 episodes ahead of time by the time you watch this. I'm sorry, but like, yeah, I might be at the end by the time you guys see this on public YouTube. But yeah, I have no idea how they're going to do this. So, but still let me know. Just write a comment, let me know. I don't know if I'm going to know by the time this airs, but just do let me know. Because this does not feel like it is fast enough, you know? And maybe that's just me wanting it to be faster. Because, listen, man, I do enjoy fast pacing. But this doesn't feel bad anyway. It just feels like after this, I'm going to need another season, you know? So anyway, let's actually talk about Gonnie. So Gonnie, Bobby, whatever you want to call her, she's aboard the Rosie now. I'm happy because previous episode, I was hoping she would do that. And now she's actually doing that. That's awesome. I'm down for that. So Gonnie supported the Rosie and she brought her mech suit and they went onto this mission to capture the Azure dragon. Originally, they were going to be like, all right, let's fucking shoot it down. But Gonnie is like, no, we're going to capture it. And you know what? That was good. That was really smart because, like, of course, it is a smart thing to do. It is dangerous, but it's a smart thing to do. But also, it's the idea that, like, when the ship realized that they were about to sneak in, they just fled away. And then Holden was like, I'm shooting them down with a railgun. And then Gonnie was like, no, don't do it. Which was really risky to do because then she just like yeeted herself into the ship as it was moving, which is a crazy thing to do. But it's not the craziest thing that Gonnie has done in the show. But it worked out. It legitimately worked out, even though like all the bad things happened. You know, Naomi fucking froze up and couldn't help. So then Clarissa kind of had to like tried to make it work, and then Naomi showed up and helped through the feed, and of course the fact that this entire sequence initiated in a just awful because like that wasn't the original plan, and then Clarissa had to go Hulkamania and just kill one of the dudes. It's like a lot happened, and somehow we all made it out alive. We're all good, and it's all great. So that was the happy ending, and we did retrieve the information, and now we know where all the chunks of rock, all the asteroids are. So now we can just stop all the asteroids coming to hit Earth just all together, because like they said previous episode, this is just something that happens now. Like meteorites come to Earth, so all the like Earth's forces need to stay in order to play defensive duty. But now that we have found every rock ever, now we can just take care of all of them, and now the Earth fleet can just go out and just do stuff. So now the war that's a giant tide that just happened, you know? The tide just turned. It's a crazy thing that just happened in terms of like a timeline of a war. This is a great moment for Earth. That is a big win. But speaking of big wins, I do like that Christian called Monica in, and then she was like, I want to commission you. And Monica's like, all right, what do you want me to do? And it's like, I want you to... Did she see a documentary? I don't know if she saw a documentary, but like report on the people that are suffering, report on the lives lost, report on the reality of the situation that we Earthers are suffering, because she wants to show that to the Belters. And Monica is like, I'm not gonna do this like not PR, but like this like weird like manipulation tactic movement that you can just get all the people that work for you to do. And Christian, first of all, well, Christian is commissioning Monica because Monica does have more credibility than something coming from the state would have. But simultaneously, Christian, I think, is doing an amazing move, not just strategically, but also like ideologically, I suppose. Like it is a very humane thing to do. It's the idea of like, we are suffering because we are. I want you to show that to the Belters. Not because we want our enemies to be weakened, we don't like, or we want to trick them into them not killing us. It's not a trick. It's literally just being like, you have a I don't know what the fuck analogy is about to be, but like, you have a gun, you shoot the gun, you don't look where you're shooting, you know, just be like, fuck that place, you know, I don't like that place, I'm gonna shoot that place. And then they just show you like a video of like a woman getting shot, and she was pregnant, and the kid died, and then she fell, and then all her family is just weeping over her dead body, and they are wondering why, where did the bullet come from, why did they have to suffer, and then it's just like, when you see that, it's a little bit different, you know, like, it's a little bit different. It adds depth and layers, and the way she said it, it adds a face, you know. So because like that's the short thing about war, you know. That's the simple thing about war, or just any conflict. It's the idea of like, you don't really think about it, you know, and you don't want to think about it. Everyone is just like angry or like stressed or infuriated, or like they got brainwashed, or they believe something, and that's the only reason why they do the things that they do. But they are not thinking about the reality of the situation and what the consequences of their actions are. Because if they did, then... so they're not thinking about it. Either because they just don't think about it, because they're too dumb to think about it, or they don't want to think about it, so they live in denial. Because the only people that would think about it and continue to fight and commit war crimes are the people that are psychopaths. And I don't think most people are psychopaths. So this is literally just a case of like, we are going to make something in order to show all the people in the belt that we are also people, you know, we are also suffering. Because like, there was also a thing that happened, is that like, yes, Belters do live like shit. Let's be honest. Belters do live like shit. There was something that happened. Let me scroll and find it. There was something that happened a couple months ago. Yeah, I found that right here on my Twitter. It was on November. Jeff Bezos said that there's only like limited number of people that will get to remain on Earth eventually, because Earth is not going to have resources anymore. So he wants to like create space industry, and the Earth will just be like a paradise for rich people. That's just something he said. And I literally just grabbed the screenshot from the first episode of the show. I just pulled out this screenshot and I was like, bro, you own the show. Like, you own the show. And Jeff Bezos was like, yeah, man, I want to make Belters in real life. I think they're cool. It's just like, shut the fuck up, man. Shut the fuck up, rich people. We don't tolerate rich people in this channel. Unless you give me $1,000. Then I'll shut up. I'm still not gonna like you, but I'll shut up So anyway, but yeah, anyway, it is making me think back to when Gunny went to Earth for the first time, because I remember Gunny was really hardcore, just like fuck Earth, I'm gonna kill some Earthers, I'm a fucking hardcore Martian, fuck them Earthers. And then she went to Earth, and then she saw that like a lot of people on Earth live like shit, because there's no jobs, there's no nothing. And because before she thought, oh, all those dumb Earthers just living off of a basic, you know, the fucking government is just giving everyone money, everyone just lives in this utopia where they don't have to do anything, so everyone's lazy, no one does anything, no one cares about anything. But then she goes down there and she says that like they probably all live off of basic, but basic is just like a tiny amount, you know, it's not like a lot. They're all just surviving. And they're all just living in tents, you know. There's all this conglomeration of people, and she talked to this one dude, which changed her whole worldview. And this one dude was like, "Yeah, I graduated as a doctor or whatever, but there's no jobs for me. So I like." And there's like this like line that you apply to. It's like, "Yeah, I have a degree, I can work." And then it's like, "Okay, you're like, I don't know, 8 million on the line." And then that dude was been waiting for 17 years to get a job. And it's just like, damn. So it's like, yeah, it's this idea of like Earth also wasn't doing great before the asteroids hit. And now that the asteroids have hit, it's like Earth is fucked. Like it is fucked. The planet is fucked. It's just like, and everyone's just suffering, and there was so much loss, and it's just like because that's the thing, is that the show hasn't shown me how fucked it is. I think they did show me a little bit of a previous episode, but it's like we haven't gone really into how fucked the planet and what living in the planet must be. We've just been focusing on like, oh, space adventures, you know, haha, Holden, what's going on? Oh, Philip development. And it's like, no, Earth is fucked. And that is a lot of implications. There's a lot of lives that are just fucked now, and everything is sad, and people are dead, and people are just starving to death, and it's like, yeah, like everything is awful. So now, arguably, being an Earther is worse than being a Builder. Arguably, that's just a thing. Because, well, that's the thing. It's not like, is it worse? Because, like, yeah, Earth is no longer, like, a place that you can, like, hang out with and chill. I mean, you chill to death. But, like, I mean, it is kind of a pseudo-habitable place. It is a more habitable place than space. Space is de facto non-habitable. But, at least Builders have the structure to live in, I suppose. Earth maybe does not. Just a couple places maybe. I don't know how fucked Earth is, but I'm just gonna assume it's really fucked. But the idea is that like everything's bad, people are just awful, living awful conditions, they're dying, they're dead, and it's like we need to show people that. We need to show people the pain that they inflicted. We need to show the Belt, because like that's the thing about the Belt too. Not every Belter is a fighter. Not every Belter is a soldier. Not every Belter is under Marco Inaros' like following. It would make a lot of sense for them to see this, and for a lot of people to just be like, oh, actually, I don't know how I feel about that. Because like it is really easy to just think something of someone or someplace if you don't actually know what it's like. But if you get like a reality check, if you see it a little bit, you're gonna be like, oh no, you know, unless you're a psychopath. And if you're a psychopath, then well, that's another problem altogether. But I think that this is a fantastic plan. I love this because I said this before in previous Expanse episodes like a year ago, but like I'm a big fan of Gundam 00, and like I love the idea that Gundam 00 had when it came to the war conflict, and this might be the way original Gundam approached it as well. I never watched original Gundam, I'm sorry. I wanted to watch it on the channel, and then Squid Game came out, and I was like, I guess I'll watch Squid Game, everyone's talking about it. But like I love what Gundam 00 did in the end, which is it's literally about understanding. Like that's the entire point. And I always love that as a concept in storytelling, or just in everything in life, you know, the idea of like understanding is what you should like strive for and achieve, you know, because I feel like everyone just doesn't want to understand, or refuses to understand, or is unable to understand. But if we are able to facilitate understanding to everyone, things are going to be a lot better. And I appreciate that this is Christian's plan, like long-term plan. This is something she's starting right now, and that's something I'm a big fan of. Let's talk about Philip. Philip went in jail, and then he's dad bailed him out. And I want to point out that there was a scene where Marco talked about him and Sin. I think that was his name, the big guy from previous season. And he talked about how they would just go out and do wild shit and go and sleep with random people every night, but then the next day they would work because they couldn't afford to get caught doing dumb shit because they didn't have anyone to bail them out. You know, they only had each other. That is a weirdly... Okay, it's not a human moment for Marco, but it is a weird moment where you see a little bit of something in there, you know? I don't think we've ever had that with Marco. Because I don't believe most of the things that he says. But in this instance, it's something that he actually... And I don't fully believe it, but it is something that he's like, me and Sin, we used to work together. You know, we had a life and a goal together, and we always stick to each other. And it's like, okay, like I like this, you know, I like this like implication that he actually did care about Sin, you know, because I feel like I never really got a full grasp of him caring about Sin until like maybe a little bit right now, you know. And he cared about Sin, and well, I don't know to what degree, but let's say that he did. And I liked that a little bit of that came here when he's talking to Philip. But at the same time, he could also just be lying just to like discipline Philip a little bit more. But I'm going to say that was probably true. Let's go with that. I'm going to go with that. You know, Marco gets a little bit of a break from me. A little bit. But yes, he's disciplining Philip a little bit, not entirely, because in some way, Philip is disciplining himself, you know, because Marco is not going to do anything to Philip. But what he's going to do is to say, okay, you killed him in self-defense after he betrayed you. And Philip is like, wait, I didn't do, that's not what happened. And he's like, that's what we're going to tell everyone happened, you know, like everyone's going to roll with this story, and that's just going to be the end of that. And Philip is like, I want to get punished because he feels like it should, because I did something bad. I like this because this is something I love. This is something I love in media and in any characters, because I resonate with this on a level. And it's the idea that I love having characters that feel guilty. I love having characters that like hate themselves. It's the idea of having a character that has done something bad, has something wrong, and then they realize that was bad, or maybe over time or immediately they go like, oh shit, that was bad, I feel bad. And it's like, I legitimately feel bad. And it's like, I hate myself, oh god, I feel so guilty. And then I enjoy seeing interactions and character like development grow from that essentially like tree, you know, like in that branch. I enjoy seeing that, you know. So for example, Philip, it's like, okay, he kills his friend, he feels like shit that he killed his friend. You can see it the moment he did it, and then they go like, all right, he betrayed you and you defended yourself. And it's like, no, that's not what happened. And it's like, well, that's the story, you're gonna have to roll with that. He feels guilty because now he's like almost insulting the memory of his friend, you know. His friend was good, he was chilling, and now you're like insulting him. Now everybody believes that he was a shit, and it's like, oh god, like that's even worse, you know. And like the fact that Marco doesn't like necessarily like punish him or anything, no one punishes him, he's almost just like left alone. He's just sitting in his bedroom and he hates himself, and that's your punishment, you hating yourself. And that's like something you cannot run away from. So the only thing you can do based off of that is use that in order to move in a direction where that won't happen again, you know. And that's probably gonna be the direction for Philip's story. I feel like he's just gonna hate himself so much because he hates himself for what he did to Earth. Oh, that's what's gonna happen. He's gonna see Monica's like thing about like how much they fucked Earth, and he's gonna be like, oh my god, I did that. That's what Naomi was trying to tell me, you know. That's what my mom was trying to tell me. I hurt so many people. It's like, oh my god. And that's why she got angry at Marco, you know. She was right, you know. That's how it's gonna happen. Like he's already kind of there, he's already on the edge, but that's what's gonna be the tipping point, you know. So yeah, like he's gonna feel so guilty. He's gonna feel so shit because he should be, because he keeps doing awful things. It's like, that's the thing. It's like, this is not like a thing of like, oh, poor Philip. It's like, no, Philip is a piece of shit, and he should feel like a shit because he is one. But now he has the opportunity to grow from that. He has the opportunity to like redeem himself a little bit. Like this is the thing that happens in a lot of media. People keep trying to write characters that they're trying to make like redemption arcs for characters, and it often doesn't go well. And the reason why is because it's, I think, at least I think this, is that you offend people that are like watching or reading your story, and then it's almost like the book is patronizing the reader and like, no, he's good now, but you don't really see it. No, what you need to do is you need to actually show this person like hate themselves. You need to show a person just show a complete just willingness to change, a complete understanding of the things that they did wrong, an amount of self-hatred, an amount of reflection, and just growth, and just like a, what is the word I'm looking for? Like a vigorous necessity to do the opposite of what they did before, you know? Like a necessity to just do things well now, do things good now, you know? So I really want that for Philip, you know? That would be awesome. It would be awesome if that's the way Philip went as a character. If he continued to do awful shit, and then he's just like, fuck that, I feel so terrible about that, you know? And like, that's the thing. It's like, you can continue to feel terrible about it and drown yourself in alcohol and women, which is what he's been doing. But now I feel like he has to think about it because he just murdered his friend and he can't run away from his dad-free Navy. So better start thinking about it, bro. Better start confronting those emotions of self-hatred that you want to run away from. And that makes complete sense because it's a self-preservation thing. But my dude, just deal with that and you will grow a better person. And maybe you can be an ally for us and end in the good side of history. Not really, you fucked the planet, but hey, at least your mom wouldn't think awful of you. Anyway, so I hope that that's the way Philip goes. There is this woman that is on Marco's ship, and she like talked to Marco, so maybe she's gonna matter. We've seen her for 2 episodes now, so I don't know what her name is. Oh, we have X-Ray now. We're watching this on Prime Video. Rosenfeld. Wolyang. Okay, Rosenfeld. She matters. She seems cool. I don't know. I mean, cool in the sense of she seems like an interesting character. So we'll see what happens then. Drummer wanted to send, what's her name? Michio, yeah. She wants to send Michio to this other ship. Well, she wanted to send Michio to like the Free Navy. But the dude that she was gonna use in order to get her smuggled into Free Navy was a dude that Marco doesn't really like. So she's gonna end up in the ship with this random dude, X-Ray. Okay, so Liang Walker, that guy. So Liang, I threw this theory while I was watching the episode, but I feel like Michio is gonna join Liang's crew because they said it. And after she joins his crew, they are gonna be forced to fight with Drummer. The Liang's ship and Drummer's ship are gonna be forced to fight each other, and they're gonna have to kill Michio. I'm telling you right now, I feel like that's the way this is gonna go. Now I'm wondering whether or not Liang is gonna be a bad character or a good, I mean, like an evil character, like an antagonistic character or an ally character. You know, I'm wondering that because. This is what I'm gonna say. I feel like they're gonna have to kill each other, but I don't know if Liang is gonna be like, oh, we gotta do this, man. It's like, all right, kill me, do it, just shoot us, kill us. You have to live, Drummer, something like that. He's gonna be cool about it, or if he's gonna actually be antagonistic, it's like, all right, we're fighting each other, and Michio is gonna actually do something and come in clutch and help us out. You know, they're gonna leave Michio in like the missile duty. And she's gonna miss, and then she's gonna be like, "How the fuck do you miss?" And then Drummer is like, "That's my Michio, kill!" And then they get him. Anyway, and it's gonna be sad because you just kill Michio. That could be a thing. That's my random guess. You wanna know what other random guess I'm throwing you right now? I'm throwing you right now, and I feel like next episode is gonna get an answer. So at the very beginning, X-Ray, give me names. Names: Gary, Dot, Kara, and Sun, or whatever, Shan. We see these settlers or whatever they are in this planet. I'm telling you, I don't know when this is taking place. Is this taking place right now? And this are like Martians that went into these Ringgate planets, or if this is like in the future? I don't know. But we see this family, and so the parents were summoned by the army. I think they said the army. But the girl, last episode, her bird, something happened to it, and then she ran away. And I thought it was because of that creature. And maybe it was actually. We don't know that, but she went back to her house to try and save the bird, and then it turns out that the bird maybe got poisoned because she gave her a candy bar or something, and then that killed the bird because it couldn't process it, and it's like, oh my god, I poisoned it. So then she wants to go back to where the nest was in order to get the birds up to the nest, and it's like, okay, nice, interesting. She wants to help the little birds. She succeeds in getting one of them up there, and then the other two are not evil because the drone or whatever she was using, it was like an egg drone. It was weird. It broke. So then this animal comes out. It's the animal we saw previous episode that looks really fantastic. My guess is that animal is actually has the ability to bring entities, living creatures back to life. That's something I'm telling you right now. I feel like it did like put the thing in his mouth, you know? Like, I don't know if it's gonna eat it and then it's gonna shit it back and it's gonna be alive, or it's gonna spit it and it's gonna be alive, or it's gonna carry it to some place where he's gonna place it and then it's gonna come back to life, you know? Like a fountain of life, something like that. It's gonna place it there and then it's gonna come back to life. That's my immediate thought, and I would be willing to put money on this, and I'm not gonna do so because I don't have that much money. But I would actually, like, if I did have money, I would put money on that. It's on the idea that I think that bird's gonna come back to life. I don't know in what reasoning, but I think that creature is gonna make the bird come back to life. I don't know in what way, but it's gonna happen. I'm telling you right now. That's my throwing shit at the wall. See if I hit something. I think that might have been it. Oh, Naomi's PTSD. I forgot about that. Let's talk about Naomi's PTSD. I mean, what can I say? I don't have PTSD myself. Wait. No, I don't have PTSD myself. So yeah, Naomi has PTSD regarding space, and I'm glad that she has that. Not because I'm happy that she's suffering, but because that makes sense, you know? What Naomi went through previous season was pretty fucked. Like, because she jumped into the vacuum of space with no suit on, and then she got like so fucked up she could barely even like move, and then she had to like somehow survive into this like bomb ship, try to get people not close to it, and then she jumped out the ship in hopes that people would see her and not approach the ship, you know? Like, she jumped out into space with no plan, no ability to get anywhere, and she just hoped that maybe people would see her and not approach it and maybe pick her up. And like, that's a lot of like traumatic experiences in space in a row. And then also you add the cherry on top of like, my friend died, tried to save me. It's probably not a lot of good things for Naomi. So like, I don't blame Naomi for having that moment of like, oh shit, I have PTSD, I'm freezing, I cannot go in space. Which is a bummer because you're a builder. It's a bummer because you're a builder and you live in space. So, but I cannot blame her for it. Like, that's a sequence of traumatic events, and you know, I feel bad for her. But yeah, Clarissa took out charge of the situation. She went down there, quick decision making. We needed quickness, so that helped out. Then she went down there. She turned into the Hulk with her. I don't know how she punched that dude. I don't know how she did that. Can I see that again? Because it looked very fast. So Gunny is getting shot by two low-level threats. And then Clarissa sees behind Gunny, there's this dude coming in. with this gun that deals a lot of damage, I'm assuming. She does the clicking thing, and then you see the cheesy ass like camera zoom in for dramatic effect, like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, like something like that. Like, that's a little bit cheesy. They did that previous season as well, but honestly, I'm down for it. So she does that, and then fucking Gandhi looks at that, and Clarissa just fucking decked that guy, just one hit, and it's pretty great. But like, how did she do that? I don't think you can move that fast in space, can you? And you're moving in this like weird like mag boots. So how the fuck did she move that fast? Just like and just punch them. Like, how did she do that? Like, do they have some kind of like boosters that she like just Superman into him? I don't know. But anyway, good job, Clarissa. That was fantastic. So I'm glad that then Holden like reprimands Clarissa, and I like how Amos. Listen, my boy Amos is great, but he's not the brightest. So like Amos is like, you just got chewed out, right? And Clarissa's like, no, he considered me part of the team. I'm part of the crew now officially. And it's like, yeah, I realized that, and I was happy for her, and that's why she was happy. I could tell. So yeah, that was pretty great. I'm glad to see people just accepting Clarissa, because I actually like Clarissa, because like that's the thing. It's like we spent an entire season with Clarissa previous season. We're just chilling with Clarissa and Amos, and you grow to like Clarissa a lot because you can see that she is repentful over her actions. She's like, yeah, I did wrong. And even in the Evidence Gate, it really felt like she's like, yeah, I did wrong, man. And then she hates herself, and it's like, oh man, I want to try and do better. And that's why she's great. I like her. So I'm glad to see people just start to accept her more. She's doing good, and I'm happy for her. And I think that's going to be it for this discussion. I don't know if there's anything else to talk about. So yeah, I think that's just going to be it for this episode of The Expanse. Thank you for being here. Okay everyone, thank you so much for watching this episode reaction to The Expanse. If you would like to watch the next couple episodes of The Expanse in early access or full-length reaction to, you can go over to the Patreon. Check out the link in the description for that. Social media, Twitch stream, all sorts of cool stuff. Support the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care everybody. Bye bye. Thank you to the Patreons. Oh, that's bye. Goodbye. That was really scuffed. I'm sorry.